So happy to be here. Oh my gosh, on the Milk Talk, talking milk and talks.
I need a hat.
Oh yeah, you need a hat. Get a hat on. Okay, yeah, you're sorted now.
All right, sweet. All right, so we're all right. What's going on, dog? How's it going today?
Oh my gosh, nothing much.
Nothing
Nothing
much.
much. I swept all day.
You swept like floors, or
See.
did you like sleep with a speech impediment?
Oh no, I swept.
Okay, that's good. That didn't answer my question.
I swept floors.
Okay, so was it like, is it your floors or is it a job?
My floors, my one floor and my bathroom floor.
Mm-hmm.
I swept them like 5 times. I just went crazy on it. Just went hog wild on that floor.
What makes a different floor? Do you think like in an apartment it's technically one floor, or is it like when it changes, I guess, material?
I think when it changes material or when
Yeah.
there's like one of those little dividers.
Even if they're like the bad dividers, like even if they're like the cheap little metal ones with two
Yeah.
little nails in it, that's what concludes a floor.
Yeah, because you can't
Okay.
sweep over that. Because it'll all
So
get like jammed up.
it's gonna
in the
get
thing.
jammed up
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the other day I actually had to clean my bathroom pretty heavily because hey, listen, I get crazy in there. What happened was there was a leak in the piping. So when PJ Murphy was here, he was just like, "Hey, can I change in your bathroom?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course," because he was a dumb idiot and listened to me and came in a suit. You know, not all of us can rock really cool T-shirts on these things. He had to come in a suit.
Our T-shirts
And
are different.
they are different. And so I'm sorry. So he asked to go in there and change, and he was like, "Hey man, there's a huge leak in your bathroom." And I looked, and it was new. I mean, it happened within the hour that he was here, a couple hours he was here. And I looked, and I'm like, "Well, I guess I don't have a bathroom you could change in." Yeah, so we had like one of those bubbles in the ceiling. Oh yeah.
Pop
and
that zit.
and then all of the water went into the light fixture.
Oh yeah.
So
I
we
know
couldn't
that,
so
yeah.
we couldn't use the bathroom light for a week until like they came in, did all that, because it was it was a mess. And so when we did get the lights on, we're like, "Uh-oh, this bathroom's got to get cleansed."
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think though that like peeing in the dark maybe like it brought like back some of the magic to peeing?
I
Sort of
would
the
say
excitement?
yeah, I would definitely say a little bit, just because like my wife was saying, it reminds me of when I was a kid and I had to shower sometimes in the dark if there was like a power outage or something like that. But the one thing that I liked about it was that it was oddly calm to go to the bathroom in the dark or to shower in the dark. Like I really didn't have a problem with it. Like we had a little mini light, like we had this little orb.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice orb of light.
Oh yeah.
But the one thing I didn't like is like, so it's weird because I have very sensitive ears. I'm like half deaf, which is why I scream all the time, but I also have real bad tinnitus. So when we didn't have the fan going on, because it's the same switch, so like I didn't have that white noise in the background.
Oh.
And it was like, I mean, I never went to the bathroom long enough for it to drive me crazy, but when there's no noise, I usually like start like just like thinking about my tinnitus, and
Yeah, that would sort of sour things.
yeah, a little
It
bit.
would sour the golden.
Stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm lucky, if it's just pee,
Ooh,
because you know how they say it. They say not all pee-pee time is poo-poo time, but every poo-poo time is pee-pee time.
this is true.
You know what I
This is
mean?
true.
And all I know is my pee-pee times are golden. I need water. Which I didn't get you.
You need
water.
milk. You didn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I am such a piece of shit.
I wasn't gonna say
Yes,
anything. I was just gonna.
Here. I put it right here and I forgot to give it to you.
Oh wow, thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks. Wow.
I'm so sorry. What a silly goose Chris Jones is sometimes. So yeah, so in terms of floors and stuff, like are you an active cleaner? Are you somebody who likes to clean a lot, or
I like to clean a lot. Yeah, I like to keep my space very tidy.
Yeah.
Because I like to walk barefoot in my apartment.
As you should
I don't
be
want
able to.
stuff getting stuck on my feet.
Yeah, you don't want dirty feet, dusty feet.
Yeah, no, because it would drive
Any
me
like
crazy.
any cats or dogs or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Got ants.
You got
But I'm cool with those.
That's the problem with Under My Feet. It's not dirty. It's just filled with ants.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my gosh, it is moving.
And
Oh my god.
Because you just moved, right?
Yeah, I did.
Not too long ago. How's the new apartment treating you minus the ants?
Well, I like the ants.
Oh, that's not the problem. It's
No,
the
I
dust
love
is the
the
problem.
ants.
You want to make sure.
Yeah, no, I just gotta have clean floors,
Gotta have
safe
clean
for
floors.
the ants.
Mhm.
I gotta give them a clean slate. You know,
Sure,
they're living a
understandable.
beautiful story too.
I think they
love
deserve it.
Yeah, I love my new place. It's
What
nice
is
and-
so what now? Because you went from, if I remember correctly, you went from having roommates to not having roommates. And as somebody who's never lived, I haven't lived on my own. I've always either had roommates, or I live with my mom, or I live with my wife. You know, so I've never been. But what is it like, kind of having that space to where you have every amount of silence you could possibly want until you invite noise in? You know what I mean? In any regard.
It is so calming. Like I don't really have any cell signal or internet in my apartment,
Okay.
so I just sort of like I just do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever I want, and nobody can stop me. And I hear like the neighbors sometimes in the hallways, like they got young kids,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's so calm.
Yeah.
I get things done. It's perfect.
So you,
I never want to live with a roommate again.
I would say, like, one thing that I've noticed, especially to like people that are, I don't know, because the people that are younger, you young guys nowadays, I see a lot of people turning away from technology a lot more in like the 10-year difference of life that I've noticed, in terms of like I see a lot more people actively choosing, because they see more repercussions from previous generations of like, hey, I don't need Wi-Fi at all times. You know what I mean? Where I feel like I was more so born in the perfect, like, I was born in the perfect amount of time to where when I was in middle school, we'd have track phones. So like at the flip phone that you
Yeah,
buy minutes for. And so I didn't have a smartphone until high school, which was like cool, because like when we started getting technology, it was ramping up so steadily that we got everything pretty much first, but we
Yeah.
didn't have it as babies. So we weren't like addicted to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now we are like the most addicted to it, because it was kind of like just feeding cheese, you know, a lot until now. Look at us. But you seem like you would get along very well without that extra internet, I suppose. It would be nice.
I mean, it definitely like it gets a bit boring sometimes.
Sure.
Because like it's just there to like satiate boredom.
Yeah.
And I've definitely like I've had points where I'm like very addicted to my phone.
Oh, understandable.
I don't know how I don't.
It's fair. I guess it's all a relative thing, because it's something like it's something that's never not, unless you completely eradicate it. It's just whether or not the levels are higher or lower than the day before, I suppose. You know, just in terms of usage technologically. It doesn't just have to be your phone, but like anything.
Yeah.
Do you think? So hold on. Let me. I guess my question is just like I always take you as a very artistic person. In terms of just if even just looking at your Instagram, like you see that I didn't know you did music at all, and then I saw you doing this. That's freaking kick ass. Like I thought it was really cool, and so and you do sidewalk chalk. You like do that too. You were saying how you had a joke about like some
that
sort
was
of
a lie.
That was a lie.
That was a lie, Chris.
That was a lie. I don't know. Well, if you told me you just had sidewalk chalk on you, there's not a single person I know that wouldn't believe you.
I mean, I do, but I'm not like regular with it.
Okay. Are you like so is speaking and like music more so your mediums in terms of art, or did you ever like branch out into like physical like painting?
Mostly
like...
I do oil painting.
Okay.
Oil painting and music.
Okay.
Comedy's nothing to me. Comedy's dirt. Comedy's trash. I don't believe in laughter. I think all comedians should die.
Yeah, dude.
And that's why I go to Mike's, because I want to see him drop like flies.
That's why she hosts 2 Street.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, get down to 2 Street. Bring your best bullets, because they're going in. Yeah, so you want to make sure you're dressed to the nines. All right,
that's
especially
the mic
PJ.
where comics die.
That's where. Yes, I did okay. Last night I was actually very, very hype about it because there's that one guy who's on FaceTime the entire time.
Yeah.
And then I made the one joke about the barber, and he was like, "This guy funny as shit." And I was up there for 10 seconds. And I'm like, I got him. All right, cool. That's cool. Do you know what's funny? It's 2 Street is the most brought up mic on this podcast. Everybody brings it up. Mostly because half my guests either run it or go to it every week, you know. But it is definitely one of my favorites, going there, being mean to James McEwen. He needs to iron his polos. He does, a little bit. Just the collars.
Yeah.
His collars were flared up like he was going on a night at the town. No, he was at 2nd and Reed. You know, it's not.
That's a night on the town.
I wouldn't say that, man. I've been on a row before. I wouldn't necessarily say Reeps on the row. Is the thing. I don't know why. I just look at them when I think I have to shout out something. I don't know what to do otherwise.
On maps, it's still not Reeps on the row.
No, it's not even 2 Street. Like, because I put it in, and it doesn't show up as 2 Street. I remember I was in the car with Susan and Austin Whitehead, which, if you add all of our heights together, it's got to be at least 100 feet. And so in a Ford Focus, we were a little crammed back there. Crammed back there. Yeah. And but we were real meaty sardines because we were big. And so we tried to look up 2 Street. Didn't work. Reefs on the Road didn't work.
On maps, it's the number 2, no space street.
Do you know what? Maybe because I had them. So but I realized that you can put in crossroads. Yeah. I didn't realize you could do that, so I just put in 2nd and Reed now, and then that works out. But last night, it was a 2 Street night, man. It was good. It was interesting.
You left before Randy went on, right? Have you seen Randy yet?
No.
I don't know his last name.
Maybe if I saw him.
He's gone up like 8 or 9 times now. He used to be a rapper, and now he's like starting out, and he was just like, there were 3 people left in the room.
Oh, yeah, I know Randy.
3 people left in the room, and like he gave it his all.
Sure.
And like he was getting laughs, and like he hit all the punches. Like, it was a golden night.
Because he's super new. He's super new to comedy, yeah. And I was talking to him last night because he was at Grape. Yeah, man, just a guy who has worked very hard in a different medium before, and I think when you do that, it gives you a leg up on the learning processes of things. He's very green, needs a lot of time, and but I think if anybody can love something, or at least come off like they're loving something as much as he does, then there's always room. Like people fail to realize how easy it is to be okay at something. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like you just have to love it.
Just got to love it and try, and then you'll accidentally get good at something, and then getting great at it is the work, It's kind of like with anything. I say this about DJing, like anybody could DJ. I DJ as a job on the side. Anybody could DJ. If you know how to count to 4 and you know who the Temptations are, you'll be fine.
Do you have a DJ name?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's DJ Sailboat.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. Burr, burr. I got on the pod once before, I believe, but short story. When I moved home from COVID, I moved back in with my mom, and it was in a house with an extra bedroom, but the only extra bedroom was a kid's room. Kid moved out. It had sailboats all over the wall, right? So I had to just live in this kid's bedroom. And I started DJing. I taught myself how to DJ, and I started streaming on Facebook Live to this like drunkard Facebook group with like 100,000 people on it. And I would just DJ. So I'm learning how to DJ. I'm DJing in front of 500 people on live. And like, it sucked. And I was blaring my speaker into my phone because it was the only way that I wouldn't get copyright struck. So for like 3 or 4 years, I blasted music out of my room for 3 hours a night, every single night, next to my brother and my mom's rooms. Yeah, it was, and that's how I got DJ Sailboat, because they'd see me and they said DJ Sailboat. So
were you dreaming of the sea while you DJ'd?
I hate the ocean. Sailboats are for lakes. I would say I'm a big lake guy.
Were you dreaming of the lake?
I wish. Yes, I was. I've always been dreaming of Lake Wallenpaupack. Wallenpaupack. Yeah, that's it.
Whereabouts that?
Unironically in Wallenpaupack.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, I know. So it's about an hour from where I lived in the Poconos. I'm trying to think of other places around it. But okay, so anyway, it's one of the like biggest man-made lakes you know, and I know in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure about the country, and it is just a giant, it's just a giant party lake. It's crazy. It's so insane. Like, I've never been on it. It has been a dream of mine to go on it for at least 5 years. I've always wanted to go on a party
What
boat.
do you mean, party lake?
Yeah, party
They're
lake.
just party boats all over?
Yeah, just everybody who own houses there or rent houses there, they go on their boats and they party. They hook boats up together. They drink. They have a from you know what I've heard from very, very good reputable sources, and by that I mean on the mountain. Everyone talks on the mountain. Is that there's a swinger island on Wallenpaupack. Yeah. Yeah. So not for me, thank you. However, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who will go look for the upside down pineapple.
They got a lot of trees on that island then to like hang up their swings.
I would imagine to hang up the swings and amongst everything, you know. Why do all these swings have holes in them? But yeah, dude, it's just a giant party island. If you ever go, Wallenpaupack Brewing Company is actually my favorite brewery ever. The food is amazing. The outside is very, very nice. The tours are very reasonably priced, and they give you a bunch of stuff. I remember, like, I went once, and they gave us, it was for Oktoberfest, so they gave us a tour. They gave us a free flight of beer. They gave us a whole glass for free. It's still the best glass I own, and with a beer in it for free. And then it was like for $20. So I'm getting like, you know, the equivalent of 2 beers, a tour, and a table with my homies for $20. So it's not bad. So if you're ever up in the Pocono area, you should definitely go if you have an hour out of your way drive you're willing to make. But no, it's the best. So yeah, DJ Sailboat and all that. But what I was saying about Randy, just so I don't forget about that, is just like if he keeps going, dude, there's nothing. It's with anybody. You just got to keep doing it as much as possible and obsess yourself with it, which is not an easy take, but some people can do it. You know what I mean? Some people can just kind of take the mental beating of doing comedy every single day, you know?
Yeah.
Which, oh, woe is me. You know, like it's not necessarily a complaint. It's just, it's a weird, going to mics every day is a weird thing as a human to explain to other people.
Yeah, it is weird because it's like you feel so horrible and like you get up there and you're like, and then you like sit down and you like, I'm laughing with my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I smoking.
Like,
yeah,
it's very highs and lows, and
yeah. Well, now it's a little different for me that I know people, but like I like, because the hang wasn't fun for me when I started out. Like when I started comedy in general, I didn't even hang at mics. Like I would go and leave, and I realized that doesn't do anything for anybody. And now it's like I go out to mics, but like I'm going out for hours on end to get 4 minutes. And so like in general, it's like a lot of your time for such little time to go practice something. And then I'm very fidgety. So like I hate just sitting there watching people the entire time. And it's no disrespect to comics, right? Like I love me a killer, love me a guy that bombs, all of it. But it's like I can't bring myself to sit down for like hours on end and just listen to comedy.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to like I'll like bring a sketchbook and I'll like draw sometimes during people's sets.
Nice.
Like finding something to do while you're just like temper it.
You ever like do any drawing with Good Samaritan?
No.
Shout out Good Samaritan. Do you know what? Because it's cool. Because if you don't know Good Samaritan, I'll put his picture right here above. But he always paints his face. So what you can do to rival that is you can do an art project with him. But then you have to, if he does his face white, you have to do your face black. And then you guys can like draw something really cool.
Yeah.
That's not problematic, right? I don't. All right. Good Samaritan, we'll wait for you in the comments. Good Samaritan, hey, tune into this week. Vote down below if you think Tully should do it. Never mind. But I think that's actually the perfect time to do this. Hello, everybody. How are we today? My name is Chris Jones, and welcome to the Milk Talk Podcast. Milk Talk. Chris Jones. All right, hell yeah. What's up? Okay, hello everybody. Like I said, my name is Chris Jones. I am the host of the Milk Talk podcast, and today we have the very funny, very cool guys. Please give it up for Tully Mullen, everybody. Hell yeah.
Hey everybody. I just sort of wanted to shout out so I've got like this screen printer. I've been making these t-shirts. I've got like this bootlegger, like it's $15.
Dude, what the
It's
fuck?
nepacomedyfest.org
It's NEPA.
.gov. I make them really nice. They've got like stuff inside of them.
What do you mean? What do you mean stuff inside of them?
They've got like stuff inside of them,
Okay.
like treats.
Like treats.
Yeah, like
Treat
sometimes I'll put
pockets.
like sausage links in them, but I take off the
Pre-cooked?
no, I take off the little film that's around them, and I just
The intestines?
then the shirt sort of is the intestine. So I've been sort of making these. It's been like my side hustle. That's the one thing I use the internet for, is selling these shirts. He actually he bought 5.
I did not buy 5. This person's a liar. And I don't appreciate that, because what I'll tell you is that the only way for you to get an official NEPA comedy shirt, yeah, you heard me, Jess Delfino, the director of this. I said NEPA and not NEPA. You can NEPA off, dog. You know, that's what I'm saying. But if you want one of these shirts, what you got to do is you got to submit to the NEPA Comedy Festival, which is taking place in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, October 8th through 10th of this year. Early birds are already going to be over by the time this episode comes out. However, we still have submissions open until June 1st. And by the time this episode comes out, we will have already announced our first headliner. And big things are coming, big things are happening. But that said, when you go to NEPA Comedy Festival and you see Tully on the street selling shirts, you might as well be at the Prudential Center seeing someone, and then someone outside is trying to sell you a bootleg shirt, because that's what that is.
Well, with your shirts, you don't get food.
We have a party at the beginning with food. Last year we had like a huge old feast for all the comics.
Yeah.
And we got a custom cake.
Whoa, what did it say?
Thanks.
For what?
Being on the
Schmucks?
fest. Hey, thanks a lot, schmucks. Like, I think that would be way cooler if we did that this year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Caddy.
That would be fun. Oh, dude, it would be so fun if we just had a whole party to fuck with the comics. I can't wait for you to one day meet Joey Donuts. Joey Bag of Donuts? Joey Donuts, dude. His timing is so unbelievable conversationally that he just hits me so off guard, and it makes me laugh until I wish to excrete piss. It is wonderful. Like, my favorite time was this one time. My buddy Ryan Manzo and I were running this. I was like selling a bunch of my shit underneath a tent at like this fundraiser thing, and it was so cold.
My kind of action.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, the thing blew away. The thing blew like it broke, and I had to tell my wife that like I broke her gazebo thing, and I was very upset about it. But we were sitting there before that, and it was so cold, so rainy. It was an outdoor event. And Joey was just there. He was just sitting in my chair. Like, he didn't ask. He just sat in my chair, which is fine. I mean, hey, you know, sometimes the power is what gets you what you want. Yeah. You know, you just got to act like you want to be there. And I was talking to the both of them about how cold it was. And I'm like, oh, dude, I don't even need tea or coffee. Like, I would just take hot water at this point. And Joey goes, I drank hot water once so I could whistle. And I cackled for like a legitimate 90 seconds. That was the hardest I laughed in years. And from that time, because I wasn't sure on him yet. He was still new, you know? So he's like not like in the fold of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre scene, there's only, I don't know, 30 comics max, right? So whenever someone new enters the chat, you know, It's not necessarily a vetting period, just because everyone's kind of, for the most part, unless you're like horrible people, you're going to be accepted.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't sold on Joey yet because he was still new, but he was hanging around. And that's all he did, was he would just show up and hang around. And turns out that's exactly what you should do. And now he's online lying about how much food he eats. And he does a bunch of interviews in a banana suit. Maybe you saw Jack.
I did see the banana suit. Yeah,
that's Joey Donuts. That's Joey Donuts. And he puts the ass in potassium. Hell yeah, Joey.
Oh.
And so he's going to be our official media helper this year at the fest. And it's going to be exciting. I'm very, very excited for it. You know, he's going to be the banana. So it'll be a fun time. But so I want to know, what's your like what's your humble beginnings in comedy? Like, what brings you to Philly first of all?
I came to Philly because there was a room and there was a job with people I knew doing music. But before that, I was doing stand up in Frederick, Maryland.
Okay.
With my mom.
Really? Your mom does stand up?
She does.
Oh my God. Does she like still do it?
She does. She's not like famous or nothing.
I'm sure that's a lie. What's your mom's name?
Alice Mullen.
Alice Mullen, guys. We're tagging her.
I'll get a good picture. I'll send you.
Please. Yeah, I have to remember that I have to ask permission to use people's pictures, because for like 3 episodes I was just throwing people's faces on, and I was like, I should probably ask.
I'm her press manager. You don't even have to worry about her.
All right, sick, awesome. So in Maryland, when did you start stand up?
So I guess like tail end of 2023 or 4.
How old were you? Oh, so you were like 17?
No, I was 18.
18, yeah.
And I went for like 8 months or so, and then I just fucking quit.
Sure, as does everybody.
Because I didn't care anymore. Like, because I guess things just started to fizzle. It was a weird scene out there, like, because it was hitting like a really small town. And then I would go to DC and Baltimore sometimes, and like splitting it up and not having like sort of the cohesive, like tight knit, like it was so much of a hassle to do stand up.
Oh, like so you don't have a home base. You're kind of just going. You're traveling to have to do everything.
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I moved here as well.
Yeah,
is just having everything close is so much better.
But my mom is like, I think she's the funniest ever. She really inspires a lot of my jokes about shapes.
Okay.
Because she also has jokes about shapes.
Is she an oddball? Like, where is that where you got? Because you're an oddball in the best way possible.
I'm normal.
No, you're a normal ball. No, but like you also go up there and talk about bones and like skin and praying mantises.
Yeah, I did do
which
that.
Which is amazing. No, I like, I'm just saying, like, you're a treat. Like, seeing Jack, like, you guys are like a treat to watch, because it's such a breath of fresh air. That little niche group, you're one of a kind. Jack's one of a kind. Like, and then all of you guys just happen to be in like a group. You have like Borko and everybody. It's sick.
We gotta come up with like a name for our squad. I think we gotta do like a hype house.
Just get yourself like one of those YouTube houses, like you're in Phase or something.
Oh my gosh! And we'll have like a boat.
But
why not? No water.
No water. You gotta go back. You gotta go. Just put it in the Delaware. Let it sink. Live in the ruin.
Yeah.
Like it's a Minecraft server.
Yeah.
But
they hide treasure.
I feel like that makes sense though, that you stopped doing comedy for a bit, just because I started when I was young as well, and there was just that time that, you know, shit's just going on. You're learning so much about life. It's a weird time in life, because you're learning so much, but you don't have any context to it.
Yeah.
And you're just figuring yourself out the best you can, you know? And I feel like ultimately it probably worked out, because you're here, you're doing this. Are you going to school, or are you just hanging?
I tried for like 2 months and then I dropped out.
Sure.
I'm big on dropping out of things. Really, I only ever dropped in.
Hey guys, you know what that means? Drop out of school. You don't need it. School is dumb.
Or just drop in for like a couple months.
Drop in for a couple months. School's great for a couple months, and that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Signed by.
I read like 2 books.
Couple books. Did you pay for the books?
Yeah.
That's a pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh. I was in school for 2 months and I paid like, just for books alone, I paid like $300.
Yeah, screw that.
Oh my God.
I lucked out. So my family was never super well off. We were always good, but it wasn't always great. So I couldn't afford to go to university, and I always wanted to go to university. I always wanted to go to a college, but like I got hit with the working bug super early in life. I just didn't want to give up the money. I really didn't want to clean house and be in debt because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went to Northampton Community College, go Spartans, and I just ended up working full time, going to school full time, hanging out. And I as much as I would have loved to like be a poor college kid that's partying and being, you know what I mean, being a jackass in the streets and stuff, I wanted to go to Temple for years.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful I didn't, because I ended up here anyway, just with like far less debt. And plus, like, I feel like an artistic mind in general doesn't necessarily need, because I have a friend who goes to Temple Art School. Shout out Alex, she's the shit. And she's a marvelous artist. She's very, very, very talented. And she loves going to school for it because of all the different mediums she's learning. But like, there are just people that just beat to their own drum.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes school just ain't it.
Yeah, I never even really I struggled a lot with art classes too, just because it's like, hey, you're gonna tell me what to do? Isn't the whole point that I just do stuff? What's the big deal? I can't get behind it.
When Jack was on, he was telling me too, where when he's doing screenplay, and then it's not even subjective. It's more so his professors making it as objective as possible. So like, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be done.
Yeah.
You know, is it like that in art? Like, as long as you fulfill the requirement in terms of like, oh, I have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm like, in terms of like art school. So like, what is the requirement for like passing an art class, I suppose?
I think mostly you have to do the work, but also there definitely is like you have to fulfill certain requirements in like the techniques you use that they like call for in that assignment. And generally like there's some understanding that like something has to have like emotional depth or like a message or something to actually be worthwhile. I don't know.
It's gonna be a little annoying, right?
I guess I only did art classes in high school.
Yeah.
I went to school for a bit for English.
Because like, if I went, I don't know. I feel like there are ways in art and in physical art, at least, to like just make it to make it. Because I feel like that's what doodling is. Because you can also have one of those things where something that looks like nothing can mean something, where something that looks like it means something could just be something you drew because you felt like drawing it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if a teacher was telling you to do art, just figuring that this is all art classes and not just the ones you took, that would be kind of bothersome of me as an artist to have to like find a reason to do something, because I feel like inherently art doesn't need a reason to be art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like there's meaning just in like the meditative process.
Yeah.
And like the cogitation that comes about when you're like practicing mark making and like building a thing. Like you're still making a life.
Absolutely. You're still creating something.
Even if he's a schmuck, you know.
Yeah. Say schmuck, we love schmucks at the NEPA Comedy Festival. I want that on the cake this year. You've inspired me. I really want welcome schmucks on.
Good luck, schmucks.
Good luck, schmucks. I love it.
Get in the truck, schmucks.
Get it. Yeah, we're gonna have transportation.
Duck, schmucks.
Yeah, we're gonna have transportation for all of the comics, but it's only gonna be vans where it looks like we're kidnapping people.
Oh,
it's like, get in. We have to go to Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. No. But do you know who's real good at art is my wife. My wife is fantastic with that stuff, and it's always like she kind of taught me just because, like I said, I was never really in a drawing or a physical media background of just like, you know, just art and painting and stuff. But like whenever it's like, she made like a few of those things up there, if you can't see. So just like different picture frames and like, you know, different things. She's really good at like I've seen her put together flowers before for like bouquets. It's really cute. And like she makes her own candles and she draws and is super, super talented on Canva. And like it's really cool because I know like, you know what? People talk shit on Canva. I get it. They have leaves everybody uses. But guess what? Guess what? It doesn't matter because there are way worse ways to go about it. And I think everything inherently has a bottom line that is easy to be accessed by everybody.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, like, are you going to get mad at people for fucking using Crayola just because those are the good crayons, right?
Crayola's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I love that.
You think I'm using Rose Art, dude?
Fuck no.
Yo, Rose Art, you can go shove it up your ass. My parents used to get me Rose Art, and I'm like, you don't love me. I'm going into school, and I'm going to get beaten up for having Rose Art crayons. Like, I can't, which never happened, but I lied. And I really wanted Crayola crayons, you know? And I wanted the big one with the sharpener on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Giraffe yellow?
Oh, yeah.
Giraffe yellow, it's a good thing. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color and my favorite crayon color.
I'll ask both. Go with crayon color first.
I don't really like telling people my real favorite color.
Okay, then you don't have to.
But my favorite crayon color, I think, would be sky blue.
It's a very nice color.
And that's not my real favorite color in the real world, though.
I don't have like a specific crayon that I like the most. I mean, I've always also been a very good fan of the blues, but my favorite color is like a royal purple. Like I am a big purple guy.
And that crayon, it's very soft. That particular one, it very like.
Is that real? Are is this a bit or is it really soft?
No, it like the color lays down really well. Like
cool.
It's a little bit ooey gooey. Like it makes good marks. Like I like the sky blue because of the texture.
So why do crayons have different textures? I guess the answer is yes after what you just said.
I feel like they all have very different textures. Like they all blend a little different. Like
interesting. I've never heard of that.
I don't know. Maybe that's in my head, but
I mean, if anything, if it's going to be in anyone's head, it might as well be the people using it for like the real purpose of it, you know? Because like my problem is I'm just trying to keep all of it in the lines.
I only use crayons for writing out my shit list.
Sure, sure, yeah. Because it's more fun in red.
I keep them color coded based off of like how they wronged me.
Do you know what? Have you ever had this like when you're at a restaurant, maybe when you're a kid or something like that? But you're ever like coloring, and then there's an adult coloring, and they do the thick the borders,
the little shading,
the shading, ooh, yeah. And you're like, what happened to humans? Like I'm a child, and I'm just like I didn't know I was sitting next to an artist. Like this is crazy. And then I just find out it's my aunt. She's not an artist. Well, I mean, she was, I guess.
You ever whip out like some scumbling when you draw with crayons?
What the hell is a scumbling?
A scumbling?
Yeah.
A scumbling, a tumbling, a rolling down the hill? Scumbling is sort of when you draw these little S shapes and you like draw them real close together. And so it's sort of like it adds like a texture to the color that you're filling in and it uses less crayon. And then you can sort of like judge like how dark an area is by how closely together you draw the little S's. That's scumbling. That's scumbling, a tumbling, a rolling down the lane.
That's so nice knowing a vocab word for art. Mm-hmm. I didn't know, like leaving any of these things, learning something is perfect and exactly what I want from this. So I appreciate you telling me about scumbling. And the fact that you gave me the little nudge there where you're just like, and it saves crayon. Never would have thought of that. Because to me, I just use crayons till I need new crayons.
I'm cautious.
You know, and I
don't want to waste them.
I know. You got to be careful, man. My buddy's a Marine. He eats them. Yeah, Liam Kelly, he eats crayons.
I used to bring my crayons to the mics, and I can't anymore because everybody's after me like dogs.
Yeah, I just get peckish. You know? I mean, people like a good crayon.
They do. So do I. I prefer eating paint by far.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. That's fair.
It's a lot better.
It's a lot easier to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really get much solid paint. You have to make sure you mix the paint, though.
And it... Huh?
You have to mix the paint before you drink it.
Drink? Are you talking like acrylic? I'm talking oil paint.
Well, I don't know. You said, like, because we were talking about eating crayons, and then you said you'd rather paint, so I'd assume you'd be drinking the paint.
It's not really a drinkable thing.
Well, that's a subjective thing. I feel
It's
like
you don't drink mayo. You lap it up.
you you goop it.
Yeah.
You got to get a nice goop on.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay,
That's sort of the vibe.
that's fair. I mean, like, cause with paint, so I worked at a hardware store. That was one of my.
Oh yeah, so
that
you're
was-
thinking like wall paint.
I'm
stuff.
thinking, yeah, I'm
So
thinking of like
in that
that
mindset.
type of stuff. Eggshell, you know, and the old guys.
Shellac.
Yeah, the shellac, the old. I guess they're like the founding fathers of paint. You know,
This is true.
this guy right here. This is a little gray. This is gray. I don't think this is white.
Ooh,
Right?
oh. Very yeah, very.
Yeah. Do you like the
very matte.
texture? You can tell someone else
Yeah.
lived here before because they just painted over whatever they did wrong.
Yeah.
You know, we're actually at the beach right now. We can't afford color.
There's
that's
some
okay.
party boats. They're just out of frame.
That's it. This is actually like Wallenpauck Pack.
Yeah.
No.
Is that close to the fest?
Oh no. It's like
No way.
from the festival. It's probably like an hour 10.
Okay, so that's like the detour once the fest is done.
Yeah, and it's not closer to Philly, so it is out of the way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
gotta
will
be.
say, like, do you like hike? Are you like an outdoorsy type of person? So in Stroudsburg, there's actually plenty of places you can go within a half an hour of Stroudsburg to go hiking. I mean, you could always go. The Delaware Water Gap is literally 2 exits down, so that's a huge one. You know.
How's there a gap between water? Doesn't it sort of just go flat?
No, so there was it's actually really, really cool to look at. So when you can see it from very far away, so about 15 miles back up the mountain, there's it's called Mount Pocono, and that's where I used to live, and it's a pretty high elevation. So when you're driving and you first get onto the highway on 80 when you're going east, you see just 2 mountains that literally split. It's so cool. It's like two mountains that are like the same exact height, and then they just dip down like that, and that's the gap. And in there is the Delaware River.
Okay, so it's not like a gap between 2 sections of water. It's
No.
water in a gap.
Correct.
They
Yeah.
should call it water in the gap.
And I've been pressing this for years, and they never listen to me. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, well, why is there something called Delaware in Pennsylvania?" And I'm like, "You know what? I'm leaving this meeting because I'm sick of this." And but yeah, you can go tubing, you can go hiking. I can. Oh my God, I can't believe I forget what it's called. But there's this overpass that you can actually like climb up into, and there's like graffiti and stuff everywhere.
Oh, I've seen pictures of
Yeah.
this.
And it's usually either filled with random kids from high school that want to go do it, or like a singular drug addict.
Yeah.
You know, it's high up, so they don't get many drug addicts. They
One
only
of
get
my
the ones on
friends-
uppers, because that's who.
Ah. Yeah.
And then, dog, that's what I'm talking about.
One of my friends used to go do drugs there.
Hell yeah,
They
yo.
grew up around there.
That's not too
I
bad.
don't talk to them anymore. Actually.
No. Well, I mean, Stroudsburg has their own story with stuff like that. There's always gonna be rapscallions that like doing all the scratchy face drugs over there.
Yeah.
You know, to each their own. To each their own. Not for me, but nonetheless, not my choice. And so they have that. They have Bushkill Falls. They have a bunch of stuff, and
How
I
did
really
the bush kill the falls?
by charging fees for tourists to go look at it. Yeah. It's a hike, but it has ropes and stairs.
This is scathing critique.
Yeah, you ever have to pay to go into nature?
Oh.
What is this, a zoo? That's when I would pay, is if I had to go to a zoo. I'm not paying to
You're
go
paying
up.
to get out of the zoo.
You're telling me I have to fucking pay to walk up? You could shove it up your nuts, dude. I don't want that.
No.
You know, I am thoroughly, other than if my wife ever wanted to go, then I will absolutely do it. But I am thoroughly against hiking. I don't get it. I understand why people like. I'm sure it's invigorating or whatever.
I hike very casually.
Mhm.
Like I mostly just it's more of a walk than a hike.
Sure.
I like a good walk.
You look like you'd walk like next to train tracks.
Oh, I love walking next to train tracks. That was my whole fucking game, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
I would walk next to train tracks. I would lay down a bunch of quarters on the rails, and then the train would come by and squash them all, and I'll have all the flat quarters. And then I would go and I would throw them in the river.
And then you have no money.
And I would just look at gumball machines.
You're wishing. Like, none of these can fit anymore. They're huge.
Elevated.
Yeah, they're comically big now.
I would go back to the railroad, and I would just eat the gravel.
Yeah. As you should.
Suckle on it.
Or put it back on for when the train backs up, and then it'll turn it back to normal.
Oh.
That's what I would do.
Shit.
I've never seen a flat quarter before. Like, except the ones that you get, like the pennies at like Dorney Park or whatever. Yeah. That's the only time. But I've never been close enough to a functioning railway to like do that.
There's so many near here.
I mean, here, yeah, maybe. Yeah. But when I was a kid, I was never... Like, other than smoking pot in my teens, I was very against breaking rules. Like, I was absolutely the kid who's just like, that is against the rules. I'm not going to do it.
You're allowed to be on railroad tracks.
I don't think you are. Not at least not in my area. You were.
You totally are.
But people die like that.
Well, the signs are like, watch out. It's not like, fuck you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. But yeah, I was always afraid. I was just always afraid of like getting trespassed or something like that. And like, I don't know the implications of like, if you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, are you immediately in trouble, or is it like you gotta go?
I think most of the time it's like you gotta go, and if it's like you clearly like broke into a place, then it's like you're in trouble. But if it's like you just, I didn't mean to be here, officer. I just had a little oopsie.
Because we have a mutual comedian buddy, which I'm not airing nothing out because I don't know any of the legality of it. But I would love to go into these buildings.
Yeah.
Like, they look so cool, and I'm invited all of the time because at first I was like, all right, I'll do something above ground. Because I am not going underground, especially if it's closed. There's no fucking way you're getting me down a stair set like that. No way. But then, it's just like, you're going to an abandoned biomedical lab? And he was like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, that was my go. You can guess who it was in the comments. Unrelated, but shout out to our friend John Nagel, who we are not talking about. That would be... And... super duper unrelated.
I love John. He's such a sweetheart.
Dude, he's the best. He's the best. Have you been on the pod yet? Been on Sticky Room?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're gonna be. It's gotta happen because
I'm running the circuit now.
One thing, well, you are in the circuit. Yeah, you're running the circuit. You're on the town. It's a night on the town with Tully, and but I had John on last week. And because I took the week off so I could get a couple episodes out. So this is, in a perfect world, this will come out in 3 weeks. Yeah. So, but I had John on last week, and John has the perfect way of making me feel like I am talking just enough and it's a real conversation. And he's just a very good listener and a very good participant in conversation. And it's always like a genuine, curious mind that isn't judgmental.
Yeah, he's very open-minded. I think sometimes I'll spill anything to John. I tell him so much shit.
Yeah.
Like he'll mention something offhandedly about how I look or how I'm acting, and then I'll just like go off. I'll just tell him everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, he don't say shit to nobody, dude. Yeah. Like John's someone you could trust. By the way, Sticky Room Podcast. Please go follow him. His episodes are hilarious. He just did one. I don't know if he released one since then, but he just had an episode with Ebony Moore. Ebony and Good Samaritan, both of them, all three of them are hysterical, so please go watch. You don't go to Pistolas too often.
Nope.
You should. I love Pistolas.
I mean to.
Ebony and Tommy, shout out to Pistolas. Zach, the bartender.
Have you seen, sorry, but have you seen Tommy's fucking dinosaur painting?
Yes. So, just so we all know, I'm gonna put like the link right here. But Tommy is like unironically one of the best like artists I've ever met in person. Like, he is phenomenal. Like, and I had no clue. I was here for like fucking 8 months before someone was like, he like does art and stuff, right? And I'm like, no, surely not. And then I look at his shit and it's amazing. It is wonderful. Everyone should go buy his stuff. I don't even know if he sells it.
It's
Give him
I
money.
think he sells prints. Yeah.
Okay, go buy his prints right now. He's got a fan for life, you know. But Tommy and Ebony run Pistolas, talk about that all the time. One of my favorite mics in the city. Please go out and do it, because Pistolas is also a super mixed room. Like I said this when I went on stage a couple weeks ago. It looks like a fucking bus stop in there. Everyone's there. Everyone's there, and it is like one of the best mics I've been to in quite some time. Just because you get to be very real there. You get to say things that are silly, and people don't just immediately question you. Because like my thing is when I'm in a room with, like, I don't know, just white people, or just like one group of people in general, whether it be just like all old people or all of a sudden, depending on the crowd, you always get this weird like assumption without context on how you're saying words, right? Like I can't make a joke about, I don't know, I have a joke about my barber shop, right? And how I go to a black barber, and like it's just what I've been doing since I was a kid. It's what I've always done. Shout out Wells Barber, Diamond Cuts, Mount Pocono. Go. He's the fucking man. Love you. He's also a comedian who does comedy in Scranton and stuff like that. Go check him out. But when I do that in front of just all white people, they think I'm just like being sideways about it because I'm making a joke about going to a black barbershop. But it's like when you're in a group, or like a crowd like Pistolas, where it's like heavily mixed and everyone's there, then it's like the context. You don't need context for something to be funny, because some people have already lived it. Some people understand where I'm coming from. Some people, it's not just like one group of just like, we don't like this because they're not here and we don't know if we're allowed to laugh.
Yeah, it is a weird.
You know.
Yeah.
So do you ever like because I don't ever see you like have any sort of jokes, I guess, that are like, I don't know, you just have jokes that are out there, and I like it. Like you're just thinking of stuff like when people are looking, like when people are looking in the sky, you're looking at the ground, and you're noticing things that people don't notice. And that's what's super cool, what I think about like your topics of comedy. So like how do you come up with ideas for jokes?
Most of the time they're like they are a little bit of like I'll notice one thing, and I'll build on the topic, and then like I'll look back at it, and it'll be like an expression of like things that were going on in my life.
Sure.
And like things that I was thinking about and feeling.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a metaphor for how I was feeling at the time. So I use it a lot as like an expression of things, and like this weird like absurdism of whatever's, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because what are you in, like 2 years now? I mean, since you started?
Well, I took that year off, so I've been doing it again for like 6 months or so. So like
a year and a half.
Yes, a year-ish.
Well,
maybe.
so so this is you're kind of in like kind of a similar situation to me, because I took like years off in between. I'm not telling people I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling them, you know, probably like, I just say 2.5 seriously, probably like 5 or whatever, 6 or 7 in general. But that's what I'm saying. But like, I feel like there's a big. It's weird because you touch on such specific things that no one thinks about, like I was saying. But it's weird. It has this like form of genuine thought process behind it. So even when you're like talking about anything, like probably my favorite joke that you have is the joke, and I'm not gonna like ruin or anything on the pod or whatever, but like is the dog breaking sobriety. Such a silly joke. It's awesome, and it touches on a dark topic and makes it absolutely silly. And I think like that's like the coolest part about comedy, is like finding out how to touch on those topics that like genuinely ruin people's lives.
Yeah.
And just making it ridiculous to a dog doing it, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like gonna be in a magazine one day. It was just like, this is taking in themes that are very righteous and hard for some people. And you're like, no, I just like the dog.
At the time I was thinking about getting sober and like quitting drinking, and now I have quit drinking. And so like I was almost like mocking myself in advance.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's vulnerability, but I feel like that might. Do you think being vulnerable is something that inherently comes naturally to like, yeah, I mean, not just artists, but I guess you specifically, because I feel like you put yourself in a vulnerable situation when you do stand up because you are going against the grain. You know what I mean?
I guess so. I mean, I very much like obscure things behind like
Mm-hmm.
all of like the codes that I'm writing in
Sure.
to like confuse people about the fact that I'm actually talking about myself.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't feel very vulnerable about it.
I feel like all comics are vulnerable to an extent. We're out there doing the
That's
thing.
that's fair, but it feels so much easier to be like, this is a joke that I'm telling about like dogs
Yeah.
than to like actually talk to somebody and be like, I'm struggling thinking about getting sober.
Yeah, and that's like the
It's
beautiful way of doing it, I suppose. You know what I mean? Because like, you notice when people are too real about stuff on stage, it doesn't matter how small or big it is, but when people are like too real, it can't be funny, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's happening to you. Because like, for example, if I'm on stage talking about like my dad and I's relationship, we like my dad and my brother and I, like, we very rocky relationship, and it's fine, he's a cool guy, whatever, you know what I mean, but not close by any means. And when I make jokes about it, a lot of people peel back very hard because like I'm saying, you know, this about my father or something like that, or like, oh, I didn't have a, you know, dad much growing up and stuff. But to personify it makes it so much easier to get the point across without it like seeming so depressing.
Yeah.
You know?
Like just switch it around like, oh my turtle was never around when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's just so much more innocent.
Yeah.
You know,
And like it still has the feeling behind it.
Yeah.
And like there is like truth in it. So like
Sure.
you can get across the same stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. What is your like? Do you have like a creative goal, like, or are you kind of just like an open borders type of person where you're just like, who knows what's gonna happen?
I think a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like in doing comedy, like I'm trying to find like a thesis for all the things that I'm doing and like pull them together into like one big thing.
Okay.
But I don't know what that thing is yet until I find it. You know?
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. I'm still searching for that. You know, in terms of like, I know what I want to do, but like when you started stand up, at least back up, and when you got into like the role of Philly comedy and stuff, did you see comedy being like an end destination, or is it just something that you're using to piece the puzzle together?
I think a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like comedy has to be a part of my life. And it might be like a small part and it might be a big part. Like I mostly started to make friends.
Yeah,
Um I don't know.
that's beautiful. Being able to do something and not know and just doing it, like walking straight into the darkness of it all, is kind of like sick.
Yeah, but I know that I can't not do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's this drive in me. Like the whole year I wasn't doing stand up. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about doing stand up and like trying to build up like the momentum in me to go back. Like it was just
Well, it's ingrained in you, especially with your mom, right?
She started the same time as me.
Oh, there you go. I was about to say, because that's why I drink, is because of my dad. So it all works out. You know what I mean? You do what your parents do.
Yeah.
But she started the same time as you. She's still doing it. We got to get her on a show. We got to get her out here.
I'm building up to getting her into Philly.
Yeah.
It's so scary to like bring your mom to a mic.
Yeah, but she's also a comic, you know? Like I'm about to do a half hour this Friday, and my mom's coming, and I was pretty much greenlit to go as blue as possible. Like, so I like to be like super dirty, like for a half an hour, and my mom's just gonna be like, I don't know why I came, you know, and I'm just gonna be up there talking about like fucking all of the things for half an hour, and see, I'm at least better at it now. She's seen me talk about gross stuff while I sucked. And now at least I have jokes, right? Like now at least I have material that I could like be gross about. But it's just like, yeah, but it was smart. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in terms of I just feel like in terms of comedy, it's never gonna leave life for me. It never, you know, I want to be a stand-up I've only gotten this advice once, and I've only seen it in the wild one other time. But it's like you can have everything. If you define what your everything is, and you make that your life. So and I've seen people like, okay, Martin Horger is a DJ and a producer, and he just posted something not too long ago where he's just shown some pictures of his family, and he was just like, the advice was, I wish somebody told me that I can have this while being successful, because when he had his kid or had his kids, he thought it was all going down the toilet.
Yeah.
But he was just like, it only made me a better father, and it only made me better at my job because I had to do this for somebody else.
I've been watching this TV show.
Mm.
It's called Crap Happens.
Okay.
It's like this German rapper, right? And he has a little friend. It's a duck that wears a gold chain. It's very cute, very silly. And like the whole plot of the story is like he goes back to his hometown for his mother's funeral, and he finds out that he has a 14-year-old son. And it's like right when he's trying to, like, he just like almost gets the deal, and then he finds out that he has a kid, and then like he has to balance like working with the industry and having a kid, and like it's so funny. It's the funniest show ever. It is so good.
And this is a German show?
It's on Netflix, but
Is it in German?
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. I never mind watching. I'm a subtitle baby anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And if we can all watch Korean shows, we could watch one German show.
Yeah, and
which was so funny.
Oh, and they talk so silly.
Yeah, I took German in high school, and which, thank God, I needed that so much. I should have just taken Spanish, but German was always that language that just sounded so. It's just so abrupt. It's so mean sounding, but it's just, there's just some sort of weird nuance about it that's always.
They don't even sound mean to me. They just sound goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so hard. I'm trying to think of like my favorite word in German is einsteigen, which means get in. And I don't know why. It's because we had to do in German class, we had to do an act out. And that was it, where we tried to do like this A-team thing where it's like the van comes up, it's like einsteigen, and then get in. I don't know. It was very, very silly. So we got to do that. But yeah, man, I fuck with German. I'll go watch a German show. That sounds fun.
Right now, my boss is German.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's a little German boy.
He's a little German boy?
Yeah.
German accent?
So small.
Yeah.
Really German accent.
Yeah.
And one time I said, Malta, you seem a lot like the kind of person that would be in a barbershop quartet.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, actually, it was a quintet. And just walked away.
Oh my God.
They're so strange. They all have some little joy.
Yeah.
They have some strange thing going on.
But they keep the happiness deep down into themselves. So you got to bring it out of them.
Well, they got a crazy fake smile, or at least American ones. Like people from Germany who move to America who pick up that they have to smile.
Yeah.
They do like this crazy
they're trying to assimilate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they just got this crazy fake smile. I love it.
I like how Germans assimilating is them learning to smile.
Yeah.
They're just like, I have to smile or else these guys are going to think I'm fake.
And they're doing it badly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a vein in the forehead.
I love it.
Like, oh, it's beautiful.
They're trying to knock down walls. They're just like, no, I've always wanted to go to Berlin. I always think that would be a lot of fun to go see. I just want to go to Germany in general.
All piss drinkers in Berlin.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I've just heard.
I just want to go because it's like, I've never been. So I'm heavily Irish. I'm also German. And I've been getting into a little bit more of the heritage of my life, because that's just what, white men do when they get older, is find out what part of Europe they're from. And I always thought Ireland would be a little boring to visit, just because it's just a lot of wet hills.
We love wet hills.
I mean, they're fine. I'm just not, like, you saw me outside. It was humid today for 3 seconds, and I'm just like, I'm going to kill myself today. Yeah. Like, so I'm just not a rainy, wet boy, because, and plus the only boots I own are snow boots. So that means they trap me at the ankles. I can't walk too good in them, but I want to go to Ireland just to kind of like, I just want to see what it's all about. I want to go to friggin' Southern Ireland. I want to go hang out. I want to just go eat the food, chill out. I want to go see some Irish Gaelic rap concert. You know, but in Germany, I would just love to go to raves. I love to go to German raves, dude. German raves are stellar, from what I hear. I want to go see the mountains. I want to go hang out. Like, I'm a sucker for trees. Which is funny. I hate going outside and I hate hiking, but I love trees. I think, like, I've always wanted to see the redwoods over in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big sucker for a good tree. And I would imagine they would have many over in Europe because they care about them there, unlike here.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
But I always wanted to go to Europe. And I don't know why. I guess it's just to look at stuff. I guess that's the only reason why people travel anyway.
And it seems so small that it's like seems manageable to like hit little hit a bunch,
right? And I don't really know how to like quantify that because I've only ever lived in one of the biggest places in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like in terms of just 50, like Pennsylvania is bigger than I would assume, like excuse my ignorance, but I would assume it's bigger than a lot of the countries in Europe.
Probably.
If not Pennsylvania, then Texas for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Pennsylvania's a huge state.
Yeah.
You know, you're driving from to to fro. If you're going east to west, I mean, like, it's like shit, hundreds and hundreds of miles, you know? It's because I was thinking about I was talking to my wife about the Dominican Republic, and I forget how big she said it, but it's it's not gigantic. It's not so to go to a place where the bottom of the barrel, like if you go to New York, and I grew up on Long Island, and then you go to upstate New York, completely different fucking place, same state, Pennsylvania, you have Philly, then you got the Amish, and then you got Pittsburgh, and not very, very different people, but Maryland is the same way. It's a smaller state, but it has a lot of like differences. Like if you go to Baltimore, DC,
and there's all those little towns strewn throughout, and they all have like a different like thing going on.
Sure, yeah.
They all got some shtick.
Yeah.
Like I forget where it was, but there's one town I knew where like fucking everybody who lived in it was a fucking cop. It was the most evil town ever. Like cop cars parked in every driveway.
That's scary.
It was so scary.
Who are they protecting people from?
I don't know.
Or are they cops elsewhere and then they just live there?
I don't know. Some of them seem like state trooper-ish.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I was freaked out.
Yeah, I would be freaked out too.
I was driving through that town and I was so high.
That'll do it. I was on a pool team with a cop and a few cops actually, and I lived in not necessarily small, but I lived in a small enough county that like all of the cops are just people you drink with and and so the only people that the cops around me really always fucked with was like out-of-staters, like people with different license plates, because fuck them, easy way to get some cash for the county. And but really, I mean, today, like if something ever happened and I like needed a cop's advice, I could just text him, you know what I mean? Which is so weird because it's like my grandfather was a cop, but it was like more so it was just a bigger area, so it's just I've had a good relationship with police, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, deem that for whatever you want, whether or not it's because, I'm a white dude or because I've had cops in my family or whatever. I'm sure there's a billion reasons why, but I'm just super interested in learning about people also. So I also like listening, so I never really minded who I was talking to, whether it be a cop or a criminal or whatever. I just kind of like hearing people's stories.
Yeah. Because it's interesting to get that perspective of like a person that's in like this weird position of power over everyone in a room,
Sure.
Like it's weird to talk to them and realize that they think they're just normal people, and they feel like they're normal people, but they have like the power to kill people.
Sure. And that's so weird.
Insane.
And they also have like the most immediate vicinity to anyone being hurt or dying, and like they show up to things and people are shot, and like they have to like freaking carry babies out of like horrible situation homes and freaking, you know what I mean? So it's like, and
my thing with all people in like emergency response, like police and EMTs and
mhm,
firefighters, like all these people, paramedics, like all of them, like they're seeing all this tragedy, but at the same time, like they're getting an adrenaline rush off of it.
sure,
Like
you know,
it's like some of them, like EMTs and firefighters do good things, but at the same time, like they're getting a high off of other people, like the worst day of their life. And then they'll
sure.
come home and they'll tell their families like stories about
Mhm.
like, oh, this guy lost his arm and I picked it up. Ah!
So that always, what I will say to that is like, in terms of anything you do, you have to do it to a point because you enjoy it. And I think it makes sense that you're gonna get adrenaline, especially from like horrible situations. And there are adrenaline junkies. It does happen like that, right? But I will say at the same time that I've known more people than I don't know your relationship with responders in general. So I'm and I don't know, but like in at least my life, when I meet people like that, very little of them have ever shared stories with me about the things that go really wrong. It's usually about like if they've saved somebody or whatever. But the very few times I've ever heard those bad stories, like for example, my Uncle D, R.I.P. to a real one. He used to be a volunteer firefighter, and that's not why he died. And this one time he was having this horrible story about like how he had to go to this car that blew up and like take the body out.
Yeah.
And like fucking took the body out, and like I don't know how graphic I can get, but like pretty much legs and arms stayed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he told me the story when I was a real young kid. Like he died when I was like 13, so it was right, probably right before that, a couple years before that. And he told me, he was like, dude, I stayed in my room and I didn't eat or drink anything for 3 days. I stayed in my room and I just crumbled, And there's another story I was listening to of this guy who is a police officer, and then the entire time like a shooting was happening, not a shooting, but like a guy was holding up his girlfriend, and he was like sneaking around the house and stuff like that, and he was like so calm. He was like, it was very weird. It was very natural for him to be there and like not be afraid. But afterwards, when like the dust settled, it never went away. So every time you hear like a door slamming or a firework, he's running for cover, even though he didn't get shot. You know what I mean? Nothing happened to him physically. But like after that, his entire life changed. Like anger is now on a switch, and like he would just be yelling at people that he loves, and he doesn't realize why.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think if at least as an empath and not as somebody who has any sort of skill to diagnose anybody, as for long as there's methods and outlets for responders to have like some sort of, I mean, mandatory is always a weird word to use, but like to have them go to a psychologist,
Yeah.
I feel like would do wonders for everybody, because
Absolutely.
we'll always have dickhead cops. We'll always have incompetent people in all jobs because it's just how humans are. But like, the cops that don't say anything about their bad times and will only tell you something about the good times are usually cops that are hiding something either really bad or they haven't been through it bad enough yet to where they haven't gotten their shit kicked in.
Yeah.
And I would never wish any of that on anybody. I think the people who have to do that are a special breed that I am not, because I am a coward. I'm running. If it's my safety and my wife's safety, I'm out.
Yeah.
Are you an into the fire person? Like, would you jump, like, if something ever came at you, you're like, all right, I'm going to face it head on, or are you more so like, I'll reconvene on this later?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whenever I'm in a
What
situation,
about,
I try to
what about
do
now?
what's right.
Okay.
That's all I know.
That's fair.
Most of the time, like I try to like jump in and help out.
Sure.
Like when I see people get hurt. Yeah, my dad is a volunteer firefighter, and
Okay.
my sister is an EMT and a paramedic now too, I think.
Very cool.
But Like,
Thank you to them. Thank you to
there's
them.
never like I feel like whenever I see like something like an old person fall or something, like it feels like there's never a right way to deal with it, you know?
I get what you mean. It's a
Like,
very weird, awkward situation.
because nobody here knows this person, and like there's so many intricacies to each person. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like things would be so much better if like we had much stronger communities.
Sure. Yes.
Like,
I agree.
just to like so that everybody could help each other better and easier, and things wouldn't have to be so like high stakes all the time.
I agree, and I think a lot of that goes into the fact that communities are being divided because of the internet. Everyone's dopamine levels are being satiated at all times, so there's really no reason for you to go out and experience anything. And so the cost of that is that there's communities aren't communities anymore. They're just people living next to each other, you know?
Yeah.
When I moved here, I made sure that I met my neighbors just because I want to know who lives next to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be friends with them, but like if something happens to their stuff while they're not home and I am home, I want them to know that it's safe, because I would like the same for my neighbors.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
But I went to college for communications, and the one thing that my main professor told me was that the golden rule is bullshit. The golden rule of treating everybody as you'd like to be treated is wrong. It's not. That's not right, because it's like there's so many variations of people. There's so many religions. There's so many cultures. Like that, if you treat people the same exact way as you treat anybody else, you might offend them. Like, look at if you ever go to Disney, the people who point don't use a finger, because that you pointing and using a finger in some cultures is disrespectful. So they kind of just wave their hands in directions and stuff like that. So I think the only thing I took from that when she said that was not so much being an asshole to everybody. It's just like, be empathetic and be welcoming to having to adjust yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation. You know what I mean? But I do want to say, just because we've been going at it, this has been very, very good conversation. I like it. So we have one thing that we do every single episode, and that is our bangers and dangers. Right.
Bangers and dangers.
Yes. So as all my guests know, since they watch every single episode of this podcast, what we do, just to remind the folks at home, is I give you 5 topics, and you tell me if you think it's a banger or a danger. One of them is in red. I don't know why. I have no clue. I just like using my wife's ink. I don't know. She lets me use it. And you just tell me banger or danger, and then you can speak on it.
Banger is good.
Banger's good. Danger's bad. Correct. Yeah. Okay. And it's spelled like danger. Shut up. All right. If anyone
is there
banger
an
or danger?
Is there an apostrophe in danger?
I'm sure that would have cured all of.
Sorry.
No, it's a great idea. I should have thought of a month and a half ago. All right, sweet. So number 1, banger or danger, juice.
Banger.
Banger.
Carrot all day.
Carrot juice.
Oh, I love carrot juice. It's so opaque.
What guy? Give me your story on carrot juice. Like, how'd you get into it? Was that another like buddy thing you do with your mom? Did she get you into carrot juice? You're like, what do comedy and carrot juice?
There was this. I would go to this cafe for meetings with my poetry club.
Interesting.
And the barista would always hit on me,
and
would always offer me the heartbeat juice.
Oh, it's one of these places, huh?
And I would be like, nah, I'll take carrot.
I remember one time.
It was so good. It was carrot ginger.
See, fresh ginger is...
Fresh ginger, fresh carrot.
That's so nice. I mean, because I imagine that tastes like a wonderful gazpacho.
No.
Why?
It's almost like a milk.
We don't talk about.
No, I didn't. That wasn't like a reference. It was like, sorry. It's almost like it's almost like oat juice.
There you go.
Or like soy juice.
Okay. Yeah.
It's sort of that.
It's not
genre.
Milk. Okay. I have. I just feel like liquid carrot doesn't like scream at me. I feel like because a carrot soup, I imagine, would be very good.
But see, carrot juice, it's like buttery, smooth. It's like almost a creamy flavor. Like there's like notes of like vanilla almost. Like it's very subtle. Oh.
And then the ginger's always good. I mean, ginger, I like it, especially the tea. I like ginger tea. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but you get a cold once in a while, and you can drink some ginger tea. It's banging. It's banging. Yeah, my wife, her and my mother-in-law, great. She, no, you drink. And I'm like, all right, that's my bet. And so I do. And now I love ginger tea for the sake of it. It's nice. Francis is making an appearance on the pod. Hi, baby.
Hey, big dog.
What's going on? Everyone's going to think for the first hour. First hour of this pod, people are going to be like, is Francis dead? No, she's just around. She's just hanging out. She's sleeping.
My work name is Francis.
Yeah?
My work name is Francis. They call me Frank.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a good name. Can't go
Frank's
wrong
a hell
with
of a name.
Yeah.
I have a buddy named Frank named Francis. And he's like, why'd you name your cat that? And it's Baby from Dirty Dancing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do you know what? That's another thing I wish people would laugh at when I would make the freaking cat joke. Because when people laugh when I say Francis, I'm like, that's my fucking baby, dude. You can't make fun of. People immediately think I'm serious. And I'm like, guys, this is an animal. And she only has personality when she's right in front of me. But otherwise, she is just a method of joke highway. That's what that is.
And sometimes a job.
Sometimes a job. And you don't need to lick the bottom of her boots.
Go on, I got some good stuff on there just for you.
Are you a boo licker? You don't want to be that. So she, okay, so back to juice. I will say, I haven't had much vegetable juices, but I'm trying to think off I'm a cran grape guy, cran apple kind of guy.
I love crapple juice.
Crapple juice is great. Crapple in general, I know you're off the bottle, but big fan of the Crown Royal Crapple. You know, it's always a nice little treat. Crown Peach is better. But in terms of like juice, dude, I've always been, I like mimosas. So the mixers are always good. No, but I would say like straight up favorite juice is gonna be crapple, or it's gonna be orange, a nice orange juice. No pulp. I don't like pulp.
Oh, I do extra pulp.
Extra pulp?
Extra pulp.
Well, that's where you're welcome, because that's where all my pulp's going. It is to, hi, baby, do you want to sign up for the festival?
In the psych ward I was in when I was a kid, cranberry apple juice was the fucking shit.
Oh, keep it going.
There was like an underground like trading circle for juices.
Oh, sure.
And everybody would be like mixing them together in like the old shampoo bottles. It was high stakes.
I mean, it's gotta be. I feel like any type of small group communication ends up having its own little black market, you know, for something, whether it be, you know, in jail with honey buns or in psych wards with juices, you know, or comedians with cigarettes. Works out too. It's his own thing. Yeah, right, baby? You know, right? And then, yeah. But I did try a carrot martini once.
Ooh.
I hated it. It was disgusting. I went to this bar for like a brunch on Easter one year. And they had it, and I just sent it back, and then they charged me $15 for it. And the server was like, well, that's the price for trying something, I guess. Mm. And what I said to him after that, I was just like, if you're not going to take it off the check, I'll slam it. But like, give me a break. I'm a server too. Like, listen, I'm not the type of guy who's going to go out and drink half of something or eat half of something and then ask for a handout.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm giving you a full beverage and then you're going to charge me for it anyway, just tell me that so I could suck it up.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, I'll deal with it. I'm an adult. Like, I'm okay with paying for things that I purchased. But like, usually in the service industry, there's like that middle ground where you're just like, all right, I'm just going to either give it to them or I'm going to let them know I can't take it off the check.
For sure.
It's fine. Either way, you know. But in terms of juice, banger. Big banger. Carrot ginger juice specifically, I'll give it a go. I think it's worthy to give it a go.
Fresh pressed.
And if there's any places in the city that do fresh pressed juice, nope.
I don't know.
She has no clue. All right, we're gonna do.
I've just been dreaming.
Just been dreaming of carrot ginger. Right. So next we have germs. Banger, danger, germs.
I think banger.
Do you know what? I thought that was gonna be a little bit of a red herring for you. I wanted to put germs because I thought you would make that a banger. I appreciate that.
Because like they're always growing, they're learning, they're changing, they're evolving into something new, and isn't that what we do?
Yeah, I know. Well, that just scared me. That just scared me a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to Howie Mandel over here.
I used to when I was a kid. I lived on this creek, and daffodils grew all around this creek. It was so lovely. It was beautiful. Oh, the
Very
babbling
lovely.
brook, beautiful. And we were just downstream from these people that had pigs and cows. And so a lot of times we would go upstream to find the bodies and harvest the bones. But then I would go down to my little section of creek downstream from it. And
of the pigs and the cows.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
And I was a kid. And I would take the daffodils and I would use them like little cups and I would sip the water out of the little daffodils. And I think that's why I don't really get food poisoning. Like I eat food off the ground in the street and like it's fine. Like I don't think that sort of thing can get me anymore.
Because you were taking shots of dysentery.
Yeah.
You're drinking the water of carcasses.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just can't believe like it's very funny to me how nonchalant you were like, I was just a kid. We were upstream collecting bones.
Well, yeah, for like the sculptures.
Of course for the
sculptures.
Christmas
tree.
Yeah. For the bone tree.
It was for the bone tree. One year we did a bone tree.
Do you have a picture of it?
It was really disappointing.
Oh, I mean, it's still a bone tree.
My mom might somewhere, but it was like, it's really hard to stack bones.
It was at least a shrubbery. It's at least a shrubbery. I think I know somebody who used to collect bones.
It's hip. It is.
You know what? I inherently get it, but I don't think I would ever want to touch a bone like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I'd want to go through the process of like, because once you're the house that's drying and doing all that thing with bones, it's like, then you're that house on the block.
How we lived in the woods, nobody knew.
I guess that's a big deal. Yeah, you're right. As somebody who lived in, I always forget Maryland might have woods.
I was in Virginia actually, but
okay.
Marylandish.
Okay, sweet. You did say Maryland before with the whole like comedy and stuff, and you lived in a small town.
Comedy in Maryland,
but you lived in Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable. Virginia's a hell of a state, and by that I mean I hate driving through it.
It's really evil. I'm so glad I'm out.
Yeah, the only thing about. Wait a second. Okay, I think I might have missed something, but I don't know, because Lamb of God is from Richmond, Virginia, and they're my favorite metal band ever.
Richmond is fun.
And they have tickets for this Sunday at TLA for like $15, but it's a raffle, and I think the cutoff is tonight, or it was 11 a.m. today. Dude, I don't know, because you have to reserve tickets and hope. So it's like $15 to see fucking Lamb of God at a small club. I'm calling out of work. I'm not going to work. Oh my God, I'm going. There's no, you can't. No, if I can get these tickets, I'm going. But in terms,
who they're playing with?
it's either Amity Affliction, or it's like not Theory of a Dead Man. That's a little more dad rock. I'll look it up when I get on my phone. But I'm gonna look. I fucking love Lamb of God. They're amazing. I've seen them in front of 1,400 people. I've seen them in front of 70,000 people. They're fucking bananas. But in terms of germs, I usually like. My wife questions me because I don't wash fruit always. I don't always wash fruit. Sometimes
Farmers are fucking. They're getting really sloppy with fruit, dude.
Yeah.
They're like peeing in the fields.
Oh sure, yeah.
All over your fruit, dude.
Oh yeah, and it's just sometimes I just like that.
That's cool.
I don't know. It's because at what point or another are we just gonna like be done with regular farming and just like mass producing crops inside?
Hopefully never.
Yeah, I would hope not.
Because farming is like a really beautiful thing that like connects us to the land.
I agree. On. Yeah, someone who could pick up dirt and like, and then they just know everything about it, and they're like, it's about to rain. Yeah. I like that.
I don't think a machine could replace the role that farmers have.
No.
Like they can use machines as tools, but like those people are doing good work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's also more like also what I would imagine is like the big problem with a lot of, especially with fruits, like you know how they say like one orange today, or it would take like 8 oranges today to be like the same vitamin count as it would have been like 100 and something years ago for like
Yeah.
one orange. And the reason why is because they keep using the same soil and they don't like change over fields and have animals graze on those new soil, which like then refertilizes it, you know? So it's like we're the topsoil in the country is just like dwindling in terms of nutrients. So I would imagine having science involved, as much as it would remove the soul of it, might be better in terms of the nutrients of it.
I think like well,
I just don't
I'm
trust
not saying
scientists.
that like farmers shouldn't like use science and like crop cycle. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I think a lot of farmers do crop cycle and like they
Mm-hmm.
do things to like maintain the soil and like the good ones do.
Yeah.
And where we find that like that lack of care put forth into the soil and like the energy that they're using from the planet, like
Mm-hmm.
you find that mostly in like mass farming.
Sure. I
And that's where
understand
a
what you
lot
mean.
of like the automation is cropping up and like it's just to like pump out as much as you can, you know?
Yeah, and I mean with 300 plus million people to feed, plus the world, or I suppose
Yeah.
it's now that it's become such a like not a globalist world, like not that I don't see that possibly happening one day, but it's just like you would figure there's enough. I think the problem with everything is that there's enough of everything and that's somehow not enough for the people in power. It's always so weird to me. You
Yeah.
know, like it's like you want everything to be a metropolis that is wonderful for like trade and living and communication and transportation. And then at the same time, you need food, but fuck them.
Yeah.
We just need enough food. Like they're starting to do what they do to chickens, and they're just starting to just try and make us like fat enough that we can't walk,
Yeah.
and then like just let us live our lives content of not having to.
And it's also about making food worth less,
Yeah.
like nutritionally,
Yeah.
so that we need more of it.
Sure.
So that we need like
I
and so
mean,
that we need to go to the doctor more
I'm at
and
this
fuel
point.
that industry.
I've been like, yeah, and it fuels that whole thing
Yeah.
because it's just like you don't if why cure something if you're making money off of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense from a financial standpoint to like cure cancer or cure anything, you know, because they're making trillions of dollars over, you know, however many decades and billions every year and all that stuff. And it's like I don't know. I always try and not think about it or speak on it too often just because I have a very bleak sense of what I think the world is.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm chasing my dream, because I don't think there's, you know, other than living my life with the people I love and doing what I love, I can't really look out for the world anymore. I think it's a little too far gone.
Yeah.
But I would like to hope that the work that we do and that comics do are makes it at least a, you know, a fraction of a percent better. I would like to think.
They do say laughter is the best medicine.
I'm trying to.
Are you scared of going to the doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I always think that I'm scared of going to the doctor because I'm really convinced that they're gonna try to cannibalize me.
That's a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Okay. What did something bring that up?
No, sorry. I was just thinking about like how evil the medical industry is, and
It's horrible.
I don't know, man. Like I'm really certain that they're gonna try some shit. I just don't go to the doctor.
Yeah, dude, you're just like, just close your eyes while you take your blood, and then you like open you peek, and he's like, ah, he's just like about to eat it.
The last time I went to the doctor, this was 3 or 4 years ago now.
Sure.
This doctor, she's really great. She seemed lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Winifred Wiggins.
Oh.
Yeah. She grabbed me by the ankle and she shook my leg around and she said, nice and thin. Don't want no fat tree trunk ankles.
Was this also in like 18th century England? Like, I feel like that would be something. It's just, you'll never marry, sweetheart, if you don't have yourself some cankles, you know?
I guess it was about because they were. I was trying to get a prescription for testosterone.
Okay.
And so maybe that's like something about like I don't know, cholesterol, like blood pressure or something. I don't know.
I mean, I know mine probably isn't great.
But oh my god,
I got all three of those things.
damn.
You know, so I mean, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, probably.
That's fine. You know, I just don't like the doctor because it's like, one, nothing's wrong with you until they tell you.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with you until they tell you, which is not true. But
Nothing's wrong with you until you get a symptom.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That you can't ignore.
That's a better way to put it. And but I always get scared of human imperfection.
Yeah.
I have to trust people I don't know because of their degree, which makes sense on paper. It makes complete sense. It's just like me as a hypochondriac, I'm kind of like, there's nothing stopping these people other than their own will from lying to me, whether it be for a reason or no reason at all. I will never see these people after this, and I am a number to an extent. That is going to be gouged out for every cent that I could possibly need.
Yeah.
And that's why, do you know what, the worst part, like I would say the most pain I'm generally in is my neck. I have a very bad neck. And, that's how I sleep. I switched pillows. Hopefully that, helps or whatever. But like anything shoulders up, I don't want anyone touching.
Yeah.
I don't want people touching my neck. I don't want people touching my freaking my brain or my or my eyes. That shit,
yeah.
like like no. So, yeah, no, that's not. So what I guess what I'm saying is I think germs are a danger, but you're saying germs are a banger.
I think that germs are a banger because you can like use them to make yourself stronger.
I think that makes a lot of sense, as you did with the dysentery water.
Yeah. I'm pro-germ, anti-grime.
Do you know what? Nice. Pro-germ, anti-grime. Put that. All right, thank you.
Pro-germ, anti-grime.
Yeah, do that a second time, but give Tully two different, like make this top one in cursive. Cursive top font. And then maybe like a drippy one underneath.
I was thinking drippy.
I was thinking drippy. So
drippy like my drip. I've got this website where I've been selling these shirts. They're really good shirts.
NEPAcomedyfest.org.
Do you have another one of these for me?
I have three more. Do you need to?
No, I'm just saying line them up.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. So we have three more. We have three more. Banger, danger, voting.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yeah,
that's really tricky.
Ain't it? You look like you will vote a lot in the future.
In the future?
Yeah, it looks like you're not about it right now, but one day you're going to be like, I got to make cookies for these voters. Like, I feel like.
Yeah, voting's a danger. Like, I vote. I do.
Yeah.
But, like, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me sad because, like, when I vote, I'm like, this isn't fucking doing anything.
It's
like,
fair.
It's a danger
unfortunate.
because it inspires such misery in me.
Mm-hmm. I think,
and I know that it's pointless. But you have to do it.
So I have to disagree on the pointless thing just because I have no proof of it being pointless. Like, I feel like it's a very easy cop-out to just say that. Not that what you're saying is a cop-out, because I get what you're saying. But, like, when people are just like, you also vote, but, like, when people don't vote and they're just like, oh, it's pointless, it's not going to win anyway, blah, 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 that doesn't, like, do any good for anybody. Because, like, if we all voted, then we would know really, which, I mean, I don't know if I'd want that or not, but, like, then we know really where we're at in terms of, like, as a people.
Yeah, part of it is, like, finding, like, the consensus of, like, how people think.
Sure.
But it's just that, like large government, like, the left, the right, like, they're all seeking the same goal. And that's, like, this, like, hyper-capitalistic, evil, like, horrible cult.
Yeah.
And, like, we have to choose, like, which club in the cult is best. And so it's just, like, it's pointless in that sense where like the entire structure of our government is like horribly flawed and diseased and it
Absolutely.
needs to be put down like a horse with a broken leg.
Amen. Yeah, I agree. I think democracy as a general, I mean, like, it's kind of like with any perfect world, you know, I'd much rather have the option of just being able to vote for it and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, it is a pretty bleak time to be around. It's weird.
It's always been this way. It's just easier to see it now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just for the sake of now it's very hard to hide the fact that we're trying to be lured into doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and not voting, but like voting for a specific person for a specific reason is because they're trying to get you to say not even what the guy would do, but what the other guy does in a bad way, you know?
And like a lot of voting, like when we vote, we're like increasing our country's score of like personal freedom in like the index thing for it. So it's like it's making us look like we're more free than we are by having this like artifice of like a democracy at all.
Yeah, having like some sort of oligarchy that is like filled with people that we wouldn't know the faces of if they were right in front of us, you know. And like I said, I kind of said the same thing when we were talking about, you know, the other ones, but like I inherently have a very negative view on like what's kind of happening with the world as a whole.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on a lot of what you're saying, but I still have like that fighter's right in me to where I'm just like, I gotta get people to vote. It's you know, as best as I can, and it, for what it's worth, I always voted in small towns. So this is like the first time I'm ever voting in an election where, I mean, I think I'm gonna actually be a part of the majority, which is funny. I've never been a part of the majority other than like once or twice in an election, and that's kind of cool. I like when I go to voting booths and there's old people there with snacks. That's my favorite. I love talking. Hey, Ethel.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
How's it going, Peggy? You know, like something like that. Love the old biddies. They're always so nice, so thoughtful. And plus, when they're old, there's more of a chance they have lemon cookies because big lemon cookie guy. Unfortunately, not a banger or danger, but I will say secret option, secret banger danger, lemon cookies. Banger lemon cookies. So we have a secret 6 option today. And that's very nice. But yeah, voting sad and depressing. I
am happy with like I do feel a lot better when I'm voting for a mayor of any sort. Just because that feels like it does have more impact and those
local
are
grasp.
more like that's a lot realer.
Yeah, on a community-based level, I very much agree with you where voting matters way more.
Yeah.
You know, those that represent you because
voting for your school board.
Sure, absolutely. And I think a big deal with our school board back home is that it's just a bunch of people who just want to make fucking money. Yeah. You know, like one thing that happened was the Mount Airy Casino actually went in next to the school I went to. And they were going to be like, oh, you know, we'll give you money after so many years or we'll give you. And it's just a mob ran fucking casino that never gave us a dime. And now it's like, you know, there's just. It's just so weird. So like the local government is where you really start seeing the issues, I suppose, on a day-to-day level where you get people who are batshit crazy trying to get positions of power, and they can just do that if they put out enough money for you to think that they're a good person.
Yeah.
You know,
I lived in this town, Lovettsville, where like I lived right outside the border of any voting district, so I couldn't vote in mayoral elections.
Okay.
But like I went to the school, I went to the library, you know, like I was a part of the town. And like it was crazy to watch. Like we had like a really nice mayor for a while. Like he would visit the students at the school. Like he was a great guy, like wonderful. And now we've got this mayor who like gets in fights at the bar. And like the Oktoberfest celebration, done, not happening anymore.
Because like, of him? Because he got cut off?
Because the whole like town council like turned into like shitheads. And it's a town full of Nazis now. It's fucking.
That's so unfortunate. I hate when small town America succumbs to like that stuff just because of like bad leadership. You know what I mean? Like things just open and close like nothing now. The turnover's incredible.
It's not even full of Nazis. It's like it's just that
Is it
They
half
can
full or half
exist.
empty of
They
Nazis?
can exist there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, voting's a danger. You know, whenever there's Nazi talk, assume it's a danger.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good one. So all right, we have two more, and then we'll wrap it up for today. So we got shots. Now you could take it in any way you want. It doesn't have to be because we know your position. You said that you don't drink. Very
Well,
good.
it's been a month, so I'm still like
You still could. So shots are a banger for now. They still very well could be a banger.
OMG.
Yeah.
Shots. I loved living in the woods and hearing like gunfire go off.
Hell yeah.
Because then I knew that soon I would find another deer body.
Nice. Okay, back to the bodies. I like that.
Because they just hunted for sport.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbors, which is sick and twisted. But then I would find
they wouldn't eat them.
No, they would just leave them.
That is real fucked up.
It was really terrifying.
And a deer for sport is really funny because you could just go find a deer.
Yeah,
that's not sport.
Yeah,
a sport would be go out and finding like a buck and then at least taking the head.
Yeah,
you know, for the sake of a prize or a trophy. But like to do nothing with it is such a pain in the ass fucking thing to do.
And it's like we did have like a surplus of deer in like the native population. Like it was
sure you do have to kill them. Yeah. I mean, for the sake of it.
But like you might as well eat them. Like why waste?
Yeah, venison's amazing.
And it was crazy to just like you're a kid, you're wandering through the woods, and you just see like this beautiful, huge.
Mm-hmm.
You just see this beautiful, huge animal like stretched out, like still almost looking like it's in motion.
Yeah,
like this still frame.
It's because
of
the bloat
fur around, like. It's crazy.
How long until after you find a deer do you have to let it like decompose? Like what's the decomposing process of a body before you can use it?
It depends on the time of the year.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Colder weather, it'll stick around longer. Like there are less animals to like
eat it.
During the summer, I don't know. Typically, I would give it like around a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you can get bones out earlier and just like melt the flesh off of them in like a bucket with like some like hydrogen peroxide and stuff.
How bad's that smell when you go to a carcass and you gotta extract?
Oh, we had the bone shower in my house.
You had a bone shower?
Yeah, in like the little shower stall.
Yeah,
there's a big bucket.
Big bucket for the bones.
For the bones.
I knew I was talking bones with you today. I don't know why.
I didn't even like. I haven't thought about this in a while.
Yeah, I just
I've only got a couple left.
I ate them all. Hi, baby. Do you want her to have your bones one day? Yeah, she wants your bones. She doesn't want your bones. She didn't say that. Tully didn't say that.
Nobody wants my bone.
No, maybe one day. You know, but in terms of like shots in general. I was always huge. I don't know if you were a fan of these, but I'm a huge Jaeger bomb fan. I don't know if you've ever had those or not.
I think so.
It's just Jägermeister and Red Bull, and you chug it real fast, and then you're up forever. So we'll call deer carcasses a banger. Shots, they could be cool for now.
Shots, I still like hearing shots go off because it just like it's like this nice like. It's rhythmic, it's musical,
it's visceral.
Mm-hmm. Like it gives you this feeling.
It's a very defining moment.
Yeah.
A gunshot is a very.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby.
And you never really know what it's about.
Excuse me. Hold on one second. My cat's getting into a little twisty tie. Get the heck off of it. She's getting into a twisty tie. Get the heck off of it. It's my snack. All right. But yeah, I agree. And I grew up, so I don't know if you guys did this where you lived, but in Pennsylvania, you get the first day of hunting season off of school. First day of deer season, they give us off for school.
I think we might have had that.
Mm-hmm. And I know that's like a super old timey thing, but like I don't know. I still think it's a good thing just because you have kids at like school bus stops at 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I know it's not for safety. It's because before they had to go out and hunt like legitimate. Like they would go, like I would probably say up until the 80s at my school, people were bringing guns like in their trucks and stuff. Just because I mean we grew up in a hunting area, you know, and we have a school in our district that would have like tractor rides to school. Like there
Yeah.
one day out of the year, everybody rides their tractors to school.
Yeah.
And it was Pleasant Valley. We called them Pregnant Valley, and they had a daycare attached to the high school. Did not help the stories. And I remember one of my last days on my old job before I moved to Philly, I was talking to my buddy Patrick, and I think he just graduated high school. Yeah, he just graduated high school. And then I'm just like, I went up to him with somebody who I went to high school with. I'm just like, yo, what school's mascot is I forgot what it was, but I think it was like the Bears or something like that. I said what's their nickname? And he was like, oh, Pregnant Valley. And I'm like, no shit, no, I didn't even say the nickname. Do you know what I said? I asked him about it, and I was just like, do you know Pleasant Valley? He was like, oh, you mean Pregnant Valley? And I was so proud that such a dumb joke lasted 10 years after I left high school. It was amazing. It's such a cool thing to see. That I'm just like, oh, people are still mean for reasons they have no clue why. And children are always gonna be mean, and I love it. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like the whole hunting aspect, I've always wanted to try it, but I never really grew up around guns. Like my dad got into guns when we moved to Pennsylvania, but he never like showed us how to shoot. I think he brought us to the range once. Yeah. So I don't know too much about it. I should probably get one.
Me and my family, we would like shoot bottles off fence posts and whatnot, like hit the targets on the trees, but we wouldn't really hunt.
Yeah, do you like with real guns, or would you use
Real
like
guns.
yeah? I had like Red Riders when I was a kid. I had like BB guns and stuff, and airsoft and all that. But like I never. My mom hates guns. She does not. She's just like, nah, no guns in the house. She wouldn't let me have Nerf guns. You know, I got my first Nerf gun when I was like 20, just because I could buy them now. You know what I mean? But okay, so shots positive. We like it. We like when gunshots happen in good, reasonable ways. So this is our last one, and it's in red.
It better be good.
It's in red. I think you're gonna like it. I don't know. We'll see. Today's red word of bangers and dangers is worms.
One time I had those.
Yeah?
Yeah, one time I had.
You had worms one time?
One time.
Was it just one big one?
No, I had lungworms.
You had lungworms?
Yeah.
What? Was it the fucking water you keep drinking?
No. It was my goats.
It was your goats? Okay.
Yeah, my goats gave me lungworm, dude.
So what is the process?
I think it's a banger.
You think it is still a banger?
I think it's a banger.
So you've been afflicted by worms.
Yeah.
But you still love worms.
I still love worms.
I like this. Okay, sweet.
Those scary little ones that get in your blood and shit.
So why? Yeah, so what happens with lungworms?
So with lungworms.
Keep going, please. It's just a bottle cap. My cat loves playing with bottle caps.
I'm so interested in everything that Francis is doing.
Yeah, Francis loves bottle caps. It is the most annoying sound in the world when you live in a place with not carpet and she's just like doing. It's 6 a.m. and she's just doing that. And I hate it with all my heart. Okay, so tell me about your lungworms.
I had these goats growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bunch of goats, and then we got sold some goats. Not a bunch of goats. We had like 5 goats.
Still more than I've ever had.
And then we got sold some goats. It was goats. We had it was sort of like a job that we got as like a Christmas present from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they were like, this could be good for the kids. They'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
Then we just like had to watch things die a bunch. You know.
Sure, that's got to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and like. Yeah, but we got these goats, 5 goats, and then we bought 3 goats.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3 goats we bought had a lungworm infection. We were told that they didn't. We bought these goats, and then like all our fucking goats died off, just because they like it gets into their lungs.
Mm-hmm.
They get this like gross cough.
Ew. They cough?
Really nasty, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then the thing with lungworm is like, then they like poo it out, and then like the animals that eat the grass where that like feces has been, like they get infected with lungworm. Like, it's very pervasive.
Is that how you got lungworm? It's because you're eating that.
I think I was just like around these animals that were dying of parasites.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 7 years or something before you can have animals on that soil again. Like,
That's a
they
pain in
stay
the butt.
around for a while.
Woof.
Yeah.
Bah.
Bah.
Yeah.
So I got lungworms. And I would walk around in the field barefoot and like hang out with them. Like, we were tight, me and these goats.
Mm.
And my mom told me that I couldn't tell kids at school that I got worms.
Okay.
So for a while I was like really ashamed of it. I didn't want to talk about it. Like,
How
I
long
thought
did
that
you
it was
have
like
them?
gross of me.
Mm.
But like, I don't know. I think I just took some pills that kind of
Killed him.
Yeah. I don't even remember having symptoms really, but I was really young when this happened.
Okay.
I was like 7 or 8.
Sure. I mean, like, because your mom was right. Don't tell people at a school that you have worms. But I could also see how you feel about, like, you feel dirty because it's something you have, even though it's not your fault. And then you just feel weird about it.
I also think, like, I would have thrived had I told everyone I had worms.
I feel like
I was making up stories that made me look disgusting rather than just, like, being able to tell them that I had worms. Like, I would have felt like such a winner.
Yeah, especially to have a guys, I can prove it.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
I am gross.
Yeah. So having that many goats and pets die is got to be a very sobering experience as a child, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it almost should have happened to me more. Because I had very limited dealings with death my entire life, and I still have. It's still my biggest fear, and I feel like it's because I haven't had to face much of it personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, I've had people who die, but I've, like, avoided funerals. I've, like, you know what I mean? Like, I all of my pets. Hold on, let me think. Every pet I've ever had, other than one turtle, I have not seen die. I've only seen a turtle die once.
And turtles, they just kind of go in.
So this is actually.
Oh, did he go out?
No, so dude, I forget. I was under 10 years old just because my parents were still living together, and I remember one time my brother had this pet turtle. Oh my god, it was red ear, and it was just a small little guy. And I remember my dad was like, "Oh, you know, this it's sick, you know, or whatever." I didn't know what turtles being sick looked like or meant. And I remember my brother's 18 months younger than me, so he's like, you know, less than 2 years younger than me. So I was just there, but now I'm like, I'm older. I'm the older brother, right? And I remember he was there. He's like, "Dad, you gotta do something. You gotta do something." And I was just standing there looking at it. And then my dad's holding the turtle. And my brother is like right by. So I'm right here. He's holding the turtle like this. My brother's right here, like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." And then I just see the turtle. The turtle did this. He was like, and then there was a moment of silence. And then my brother went, and then fucking bawled, crying. And I felt so bad. I mean, it was terribly funny. It was very funny. Very, very funny to watch. And
So
it was horrible.
Dramatic.
Yeah, so dramatic. Oh my god, the turtle was dramatic. My brother was very reasonably upset.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. I'm not the guy to go to the hospital in the last days. You know, I haven't had many opportunities to. I would now. I would just face it now. But as a kid and teenager, oh my god, I actively avoided going to anything that was dying. I just wasn't about it. It always depressed me and all that. But I realized by like not doing that, especially at an earlier age when I was kind of like fundamentally realizing what the world was, I think it kind of like buffered me in a way that might have protected me then, but kind of hurts me now.
Yeah.
You know, and the only thing that I'm kind of learning about getting older is that it not only is it definite, but it's going to happen way more often the older I get.
And every one that you encounter is going to hurt more because it'll be like
less
closer and you know?
Exactly. It's more of a door slamming than shutting.
Yeah.
Because I don't have like the entry point of understanding what it's like to be in those somber moments where, you know, you have 18-year-olds fucking dying overseas and stuff. And that's just, you know what I mean? Like all that, like just in war and whatever. and we're so far gone. Not that far gone. I mean, shit, we're like one person ago where we could have been drafted, right?
Yeah.
And not to say that won't ever happen again. Here's hoping it will. I'm going to knock on wood for the sake of it. But it's we like I said, I was born into the nook of like of I don't even say it because everyone says the boomers were the best generation because they got to fuck the world up and leave. You know what I mean? Where it's like with us, it's kind of like we started seeing that and then we got all of technology. So now not only do we have all these protections, but we get to see all the people that aren't protected getting fucked up. And it's like a very weird thing, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. In general, though, worms love dead bodies.
They do.
They love dead bodies. They need them.
And like they almost like that almost brings a sort of like there's a cyclicality of death in that.
It also brings the beauty of it, I suppose. Just like it's you know, because on its base it's very grotesque and disgusting to look at, but it's only because you're looking at the dead thing as the human it was versus what point in the process it is as a living creature in the ecosystem that is the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is beautiful in its own right. Gross and doesn't smell great.
Yeah.
But it is feeding ecosystems.
I almost kind of like the smell. Is that too icky to say?
No, I think it makes sense given everything you said so far.
Okay.
You know, I feel like it would be kind of weird if you were just like, yeah, but I'm just like, it's so icky, the smell. that would be a weird line to draw. You know what I mean? Because when you're around it all the time, I'm sure it's fine. Do you know what always gets me is when the people that come in that work in the medical, when you work in medical care or something like that, or not even medical care, but it'll make sense. But when people are so far gone that they call dead bodies cadavers,
yeah,
I think that's a weird distinction. I don't like that. I don't know why, but it stops. I think they do it so it stops humanizing the things they have to work on.
And some of it is being like, this is the body and that was the person, you know, like this is the cadaver and that living thing was the body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's kind of true.
It is, yeah.
Like the body,
the
is
soul,
in part
if
the
you
mind, you know.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But I feel like if someone had to work with bodies all the time and they had to call them dead bodies, that has to be psychologically weird. Like you almost have to separate it into something more clean, more technical. You know what I mean? But that's always just something that I just really moved away from, that I'm trying to actively learn how to like stabilize, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just being around death in general.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, it's it's a push and pull.
We should pray for everything we want.
Amen. You're only on here once unless you believe otherwise, you know?
Yeah. So, and you know, you have wishes, so you have to use them.
Inherently, I feel like every day that I live is another day that I appreciate life more. And I think, regardless of the worms, regardless of the whatever my bones are going to be, or like afterwards, are they going to be earrings? I have no clue. Life has just only gotten more beautiful for me. And very thankfully, I could say it's because of this wonderful time in my life where I got to move in with my fiance, now wife, and that I get to meet beautiful, understanding, very, very funny people like you, like Jack, like Davey Bow, like all of the homies. Love Davey is the fucking man. Sweet. PJ Murphy sometimes.
Looks like a freak though.
Looks like a freak, PJ Murphy.
Face.
Oh, that face. Why is it so pink and crazy? But I can go on and on because I'm very thankful that I know a bunch of people in this city now that have made me feel like I'm at home, and then I get to come home to someone that I love more than life itself. So it's like life is a beautiful thing. And this was a beautiful conversation. Handshake.
Can I leave you? I was gonna say, can I leave you with I have to find it if you give me a moment.
Please. I would like to ask for one thing also, is shout outs whenever to whomever you want. Go ahead and find what you're doing. I'll talk about the festival for just 2 seconds while you look for it.
I'll see what I can do.
So as we're wrapping up here, my friends, I do want to just remind everybody that submissions for the NEPA Comedy Festival go on until June 1st. We will be periodically announcing different shows that are going to be on it, different headliners that are going to be on it. If you want to follow for all updates, please just go to NEPA Comedy Fest on Instagram. You can also email us at comedyinthepoconos@gmail.com. It's either me or Jess answering you, so please, by all means, shoot it. We are a non-profit, so we're not just out here to get your money. If you submit and you don't get in, don't you worry. You can always try again next year, and every cent that you give us, we're putting towards the festival. It's not just going into our pockets. So we would love for you to consider to do that. So, Tully?
So this is a poem about worms.
Oh, excellent.
It's not mine. I didn't write it. I don't know who wrote it, but it's called Feeding the Worms.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I found out that earthworms have taste buds all over the delicate pink strings of their bodies, I paused dropping apple peels into the compost bin. Imagine the dark, writhing ecstasy, the sweetness of apples permeating their pores. I offer beets and parsley, avocado and melon, the feathery tops of carrots. I'd always thought there's a menial life, eyeless and hidden, almost vulgar, though now it seems they bear a pleasure so sublime, so decadent, I want to contribute however I can, forgetting a moment my place on the menu.
That's beautiful. That was very good. Guys, clap it up. Clap it up. That was awesome.
So shout out to 2 Street. Shout out to Misconduct Comedy.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to Tourism.
Shout out to my dog, Mushka.
Mushka?
Who lives with my mom, not with me. Shout out to Chris Jones.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, dog. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Shoutin'. Woo, woo!
That's what I'm talking about, dog. Well,
Shout
guys.
out to Getting Out.
Getting out. You know, vote if you want. Die when you gotta. And love everybody. This has been another episode of the Milk Talk Podcast. Tully Mullen has been my guest. It has been a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. We'll see you back next week. I love you guys. Peace out. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
All right, cool. Hell yeah, dog.